All right, welcome to game one between Regen Blue and Arrogant Nephalem. Looking quickly over at the bans, we have Regen Blue banning Maeve, Anna, and Dahaka, and Arrogant Nephalem chose to ban Imperius, Abathor, and Jaina. Meanwhile, as for actual picks, on the Regen Blue side, we have Anubarak, played by Mongoose, Uther, played by Ashtira, Phoenix, played by Jason, Murky, played by Grendel. I'm excited for that. And Thrall, played by Larson. On Arrogant Nephilim side, we have Kael'thas, played by Tribe, Tyrande, played by Nullpointer, the Dibbles on Segatai, Raynor by Dakilidin, and Malthael by Kime. So, once again, this is Sky Temple, and let's see how it plays out. Just looking at the early comps, you can see that Regen Blue has a slight advantage macro-wise, just thanks to a fishy deal on Murky, get some bribing going on. We'll see how Arrogant Nephilim counters that. They're generally very good with their camp timings, in my experience. And so it would not surprise me if they also look for invades or just to check a little more often to make sure the Murky doesn't get too much value with Puffer and steal any camps. Otherwise, in the heads-up fight, other than the obvious disadvantage of having a Murky until later in the game, the main thing of note is both teams have pretty even comps. The main difference being that, well, the Dibbles versus the Anubarak, both of them want to dive, but one has a much better configuration than the other as far as dive tanks go. Tyrande Dibbles being one of the best way to get picks in the game right now. And Anubarak doesn't have a ton of follow-up if Mongoose just runs it in with E, so that probably won't be happening too much. Probably looking to do a bit of a slower engage, but we'll see. We'll see. Anubarak's one of the characters that's interesting because they can play a bit of an anchor and also dive in as necessary. So already Murky has switched from bot to top lane after the initial rotation by Arrogant Nephilim. As I said, Arrogant Nephilim very good on camp timings, already on siege. Uther leaving just post-steal to try and deal with this. There we go. And then once Regen Blue's camp is done, we see a bit of a fight in bot lane for a moment, but now just clearing everything out. Meanwhile, up top, the Murky has done a good job of not dying, but not getting a whole lot done against Kime, who already took bruisers. And again, as I stated originally, Arrogant Nephilim just very, very good about getting their camps done on time. And in fact, much earlier than many other teams in Div B. A little bit of poking, prodding, filling each other out. Segatai eating a bit of free damage from this Phoenix. But they clear out bot. Phoenix gets shoved in. Oh, the teleport gets canceled by Kael'thas. Takes a bunch of damage, but they both walk out. That could have been very bad. Once they stun Jason out of the teleport, that might have been dead Phoenix. Murky goes down top, but I mean, that's to be expected.
My magic flows through the temples. Guardian!
First temple, Mongoose is already on it by himself, but just kind of getting chunked down by Kael'thas. But the whole team's going to be here in a second. Anubarak hanging around, but he's out. Arrogant Nephilim with the 4. Jason's going to go harass Kime on top temple. Probably just going to chunk him down. Don't know how much else they can get done. Meanwhile, Grendel's down, doing Murky things. We'll check in from time to time there. So Jason did force Kime to back off of top temple, which, you know, fair enough. But now comes the rest of Arrogant Nephalem, who just finished mid. And they are invading, and Jason is in a lot of trouble if they... Okay, teleport went through, everything's alright. Crisis averted. Meanwhile, the Kil'jaeden did go to bot lane to deal with Grendel. We have a full-blown... Wow, we have a full-blown fight breaking out up top. Kael'thas goes down, Tribe is dead. Teammates taking a lot of damage, gonna be able to back out. Let's go ahead and back that up for a moment, just see what's going on. As we did miss out for a moment as we peeked in on the Murky. So, Arrogant Nephalem takes a wide flank. Teammate runs it in. Okay, so we teleport out. This is the part where we looked away for a moment. Both teams converge. Diablo gets stuck in mid. Kael'thas walks in front of the Diablo. So, really what happened there was Tribe just walked too far forward. Diablo was here, Kael'thas was here. 3 members of Regen Blue are here. Yeah, just walked way too far up. Maybe expected the Thrall to start dying a little faster than they did. And yeah, the whole team is just here. And Team A with some nice juking and teleport to get out of that one. Because they could have just gotten theoretically body blocked into oblivion. Also, notably, all the stuns were already fired off, so that wasn't a big deal. So Regen Blue will take the top temple.
You have stolen enough of my temple's power.
So yeah, pretty even match so far. First blood going to Regen Blue. Okay, well technically that's not true because the Murky died, but does it really count if a Murky dies? Once again, Arrogant Nephalem on top of those Siege Giants. Looking for the invade, but Murky's already on top of things. Gets the bribe stacked out, takes it, dies for the effort, but doesn't matter. The important thing is not to lose the camp. Surprised they walked in toward it, but maybe it was just checking it out instead of... Did not expect 3 members of the team to be there. Meanwhile, Arrogant Nephalem getting a lot done with their Siege Giant squad. The Kil'jaeden and this wave are just taking out the entire front wall. Murky has to run in, try and buy some time. Meanwhile, Phoenix has been getting a bit done topside, taking out the wall with the wave, although the Temple did most of that work already. And we see a full-blown push happen bot with just a Murky and Thrall to help stop this. Mongoose needs to get down here if they want to contest this at all. This wave is going to be deleted in a second. Arrogant Nephalem's backing off. This, surprise no flip here. Grendel's kind of a freebie right now. There goes the flip. Very good. If you notice, every time a fight breaks out, the first thing targeted is the pufferfish. So even with tougherfish, it is consistently getting picked off before it goes off, which eliminates a lot of the burst damage from the Murky. Up top, bruisers are happening. Teammate will take care of those without too much issue. Bot lane, they're just skirmishing right now. Ults come out. Let's go ahead and take a quick pause just to see what's going on there. And real quick, Cocoon for Anubarak, Sundering for Thrall, Octograb for the Merc Lord, Divine Shield for Uther, and Plant Cracker for Phoenix, which is a really interesting pick. You would expect Salvo, but what I think is going to happen, so we might see the Wombo combo with some Octograb and a Planet Cracker. Just set them up and delete them. Notably, it does give Phoenix some potential to fire across the map if they have good communication. They can actually set that up. So Phoenix doesn't even need to necessarily be in the fight, and they could set up a pick. For Arrogant Nephalem, Kael'thas with Phoenix, Lightning Breath on the Diablo, Rainer's Raider for the Rainer, Starfall for Tyrande, and Last Rites for Malthael. So, nothing else of real note going on there. Just a real quick look. Everything more or less as you would expect. Phoenix and Kael'thas leading the damage. Plenty of siege damage going on with the Merc Lord and the Malthael in their respective lanes. And just, yeah, not a lot of deaths so far. So, we'll see how this continues. The Sundering is used, but not a whole lot going on. They're still mostly just poking one another. Ooh, Grendel. Gonna hide in here. Maybe go for an Octo Grab when they get in here. Throw a Tougher. Go for the grab. Arrogant Nephalem. Oh, Clump. This would be huge. Oh, Cocoon and Plant Cracker. And Grendel goes down, but it doesn't matter. The damage is done. Two of them go down. Null Pointer's running. If they have any kind of follow-up stun, Null Pointer's gonna die. Segatai gets out, no problem, because they're cocooned. And once again, Tyrande goes down. Segatai got cocooned early, and with their team getting stunned and blasted by a Plant Cracker, there was very little to be done. Two of them were already dead by the time the engage was in full force. So not a whole lot that could have been done there. And just like I said, that was a beautiful example of some of the wombos available with Murky's Octo Grab, one of his major power spikes in a coordinated setting. If you don't respect it, and to Arrogant Nephilim's credit, they did react quite quickly and pop Grendel. But even so, they bought enough time and kept them stuck in this bush, this small contained choke, and just got a ton of damage in. So Regen Blue's going to take a nice lead right now by just blasting this forward in Oblivion. And generally, just taking advantage of top lane, yeah. Even, again, with Murky going down, they can pressure top really well, and that fort's almost dead. Hime might also be in trouble, but it looks like Murky is headed down again, just taking siege. And so the Phoenix is actually the one in trouble. Jason gets caught out, queued outer, gets the teleport, but Tekilden is just already where they need to be. Cue him back, and just auto-attack, 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 and Phoenix is dead. Oh wow, and then bot lane immediately breaks out as well. Kael'thas goes down yet again. Siege Giants just train blows with each other. Nubrak's almost dead, but there is no follow-up. Segatai misses the wall bang. He is out in no man's land. Stun, Octo Grab. He is going down. And just like that, another 2 kills for Regen Blue. Nobly in top lane, Kime with Bruisers did take down that top fort. And mid lane has largely gone uncontested for the last minute or so. Arrogant Nephalem gonna clean up these giants now. A really interesting game of back and forth. Once again, 6 kills to 2. In favor of Regen Blue. Murky doing some Merc things. Everyone just kind of dirtling around, waiting for temples to reactivate. All the camps already been taken. 6 seconds until Regen Blues are up. Grendel makes a new egg to help, looks like just fight and support over bot temple and bot lane in general. We'll see if that gets sniffed out anytime soon. Some skirmishing going on. Segatai goes in, gets Grendel, doesn't get the wallbang, Lightning Breath activated, teammate's going in, walking up, Larson's down half life already, Last Rites might get this, nope. Divine Shield comes in a bit too late. Thrall had already lived, but regardless, no picks, no deaths. A number of ults used, Lightning Breath and Last Rites down. Octo Grab comes out, but the Murky's destroyed. Plant Cracker comes out too late. Very close. Uther's almost dead. Ashiel goes down. He's going to try and keep that Thrall alive. Try and keep Mongoose up. They need to back out immediately. Do not turn around. Run away. Mongoose goes back to mid. Teammate's looking to follow. Grendel and Larson clearing up the wave. Phoenix, meanwhile, while the Planet Crasher didn't come on time, is taking top temple unassisted and unimpeded.
Blue team has destroyed a fort. Red team.
Murky does get the steal on Arrogant Nephalem Siege Giants finally. Teammate was looking for the harass on Jason, but Mongoose came up to help stop it. The kill then comes, but it's too late. Teammate goes down. Phoenix is going to go back and finish up the top temple at this point. Mongoose is going to anchor in bush. Arrogant Nephalem's still on bot. Going to clean up these Siege Giants. Essentially just trading temples. So, from what was a clean victory on the bot temple, couple of kills, getting the temple done, Regen Blue responded very well. They took top, got a kill on Kime, stole giants, and just generally made themselves to be annoying.
You are stronger than I believe.
Regen Blue taking their siege. Arrogant Nephalem on bruisers, Regen Blue on bruisers. These are going to fire about the same time. Segatai scouting, looking for anyone taking unsafe rotation or on boss. And we see a pile up on bot. Looks like they might get into a bit of trouble here. They are separated. Segatai is by themselves. There's a stun. There's another stun, but where's the damage at? Octo grab into Sunder a little too soon. Segatai goes down. Larson takes a ton of damage. Good, beautiful Divine Shield. Teammate's going to get stunned. And Regen Blue's going to back out of this, but they already got the pick on Diablo. And without souls, it's going to be 30 more seconds before we see him return. Nubrak going in. This is a scary place to fight, but they got the kill and separated. If they don't have a follow-up, Jason's coming in. Pew, pew, pew. Does not get the kill, but once again, forcing Arrogant Nephalem to back off. Regen Blue was happy to take that fight, and while it was a bit scary, fighting a Kael'thas in a very confined space on the bridge worked out. Looks like they have a bit of a bush party if anyone happens to rotate by, but Arrogant Nephalem's already in mid lane. But maybe they catch out the Kael'thas. Arrogant Nephalem slapped on this, but Kael'thas is going to die before they get there. Fair amount of damage. Segatai comes back. Teammate gets a nice little cleave or two. A steal. Oh, Murky goes down. A steal gets flipped. No, beautiful cocoon saves a steal. They're going to be able to walk away from this. If that was a tiny bit slower, Segatai would have had the flip there, and that would have been a dead Uther. Phoenix is, again, already on top temple. We're going to see a brawl at mid. And Arrogant Nephalem being down at DPS is a bit of a hassle here. Lightning Breath used, but just no one there still. Murky was already out of range. Uther just walks out. So if I'm Regen Blue, I'm more than happy just to trade temples here.
Destroyed a fort.
Just play to 20. We'll see if they do that. Murky's on bot. It's possible they want to look for something, but no, they just trade temples. Murky's almost certainly going to get them 20 right now. It does. And Arrogant Nephalem's only at 18. Only halfway. So Regen Blue
of the temples
can position around boss if they want. They could also try and burn it down. Murky being annoying, doing murky things. Pushed up with siege. Gonna die for their efforts.
slain.
Still less than 2 total deaths. So, Murky's getting that value. As for level 20s, the Nubrak takes Rewind, Wind Rush for Thrall, Big Tuna Kahuna for Merc, Redemption for Uther, Unconquered Spirit for Phoenix. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Big Tuna Kahuna makes Grendel into a much scarier threat. As anyone who has played against a good Murky can tell you, a Murky with 3,000 life is a whole lot scarier than a Murky you can pop with 2 cooldowns. Not only that, but with Rejuvenating Bubble, they essentially has a mid-fight regen if they want. Grundle can stay here and stall or annoy. Meanwhile, Regen Blue's probably going to get this boss for free. Kime's top. Arrogant Nephalem would have already had to be trapped with the boss. And sure enough, there we go. To be fair to Arrogant Nephalem, I mean, taking a fight pre-20 on boss is not that safe of an option either. So, letting them give this up is perfectly valid. Okay, they go in on Segatai. They're going to try and delete him, but they're not doing enough damage. Oh, God. Out comes the Phoenix, Starfall, Lightning Breath, and all of Regen Blue dies. Firecracker doesn't get anything done. Uther ends up dying in the end. Redemption's going to mean he comes back sooner than later, but oof, that was a rough boss push. Let's back it up, see what happened. Okay, so we see the plan here. These 4 and possibly Grendel might come down, but regardless, these 4, Segatai, Dibbles, out in the middle of the bridge, separated from team, but this is safe. This is safe. These towers, if you come from this direction and they shove you into this area, you're tanking both towers, both DPS. This is not a good place for a fight. If they can get Segatai here, okay, then they're pretty safe from all that. But even then, they have to try and delete this Diablo before they just collapse on them. Because as we've seen, they can do a lot of splash damage. Kael'thas alone can do that. But Raynor is no slouch. So, and then with a Starfall, again, like Starfall and Phoenix and Flame Strike just in the small area. Now you can count in the Lightning Breath if Segatai just can push a button. That is a scary position to be in. And so, yeah, what we see is they go in, but slowly Mongoose gets ahead of them, gets the initial stun. They walk in, they start tanking shots. That's why Larson's already low, is because he's tanking multiple tower shots. You'll see Diablo here, and he has 75% of his life still. And here comes the cavalry. Again, they have not even really engaged, although you can see Kael'thas has already thrown out spells, and Starfall has started. And they are already in a terrible position. This was just ill-advised. I see what they were trying to do. They were trying to get another pick on Diablo. They'd done so successfully earlier. They got a pick on this bridge. But Diablo's not the kind of guy you get a pick on easily, let alone when he has all that backup seconds away. And so what follows up is entirely expected. Notably, Mongoose ease into the fort, which I imagine was just a misclick. I imagine he either wanted to E here or here. And so Mongoose essentially commits suicide due to misclick, which is unfortunate. And Astiel, again, almost gets away, but that last explosion takes him out. So Arrogant Nephalem defended that wonderfully. Notably, Murky getting the best of Kime up here, at least until Last Rites gets popped. And again, the power of a Murky. Like, Murky should not be doing a Malthael, but that almost happened. So now Regen Blue's in a bit of a pickle. They're not in any danger of losing the game off that at this moment, but they're going to give out Temple for free. And if Arrogant Nephalem wants, they can push with Bruisers. The nice thing is this Murky can continue to do structure damage and get the waves moving up. He can also take the Siege Camp right now if he has Bribe stacked and he hurries. Notably, Malthael does back to base to deal with bot lane pressure. Phoenix is going to clean up top lane. And so the next big engage is either going to be Temples.
Magic subsides.
Boss
Find
is 3
something
minutes
else
out.
to fight over.
Once again, Grendel and Kime do their dance. Grendel's going to get caught out here and deleted, although they're going to make him work for it. Quick look at 20s for Arrogant Nephalem, Hellgate for Diablo, Flamethrower for Kael'thas, Execute for Raynor, Shooting Star for Tyrande, and No One Can Stop Death for Malthael. Again, nothing out of the ordinary, just some solid upgrades. And looking at the stats, again, nothing too out of the ordinary. Notably, Raynor and Murky with similar stat lines. Murky's finally creeping up death-wise, but even then, less than 3 deaths. Murky, once again, allowing bot lane to pressure. Meanwhile, the rest of Regen Blue clear up mid. And this is the kind of annoyance you can keep causing as Murky. And it doesn't seem like much, but taking attention away from the rest of your team and buying them time is so valuable on this kind of a map.
The light of the sun grows within.
Arrogant Nephalem going around. Segatai sees them, but is all by himself. Can't really do much about this. Not going to look for an engage. Murky's going to run up and try and get some damage on keep. Going to run way behind enemy lines to distract for as long as possible before dying. Getting some medium damage, takes out the well. Not a whole lot else going on. Murky finally goes down.
Guardians, do not
We'll be able to go ahead and hatch again in time for the next one, or just take bot temple. Arrogant Nephalem forces Regen Blue off the point, but they are more than happy to trade yet again. Murky's going right back to that bot keep. And again, this is what I mean. There's 4 Arrogant Nephalem defending this point. Malthael has to clear top pressure. Murky gets bot keep with the temple for free. And again, Murky is going in on this, and with the temple is going to get it. Notably, Regen Blue loses their temple as well. So it's only 1 keep to no keeps. So they're pretty even on structure damage. Now, unless we see a major engage though, we just don't have anything left on the map too. Siege Camp's gonna get stolen again, Murky's gonna once again get hunted down by the entire team. Although, again, Grendel just being as annoying as possible in God bless you traditional Murky form. And so, yeah, boss is back up. This is most likely going to end with an engage over boss. Arrogant Nephalem knows they're there now, but it doesn't matter. I mean, both teams will probably aggressively position around boss. Question now is, who wants to start this? Both teams just diligently waiting in bush and around the boss, waiting for someone to make the first move. Notably, the egg did just get cracked, so Murky is by themselves, clearing out top lane, and Arrogant Nephalem's going to go for it because they know Murky is top and can't get a quick respawn if they come down and die. Mongoose getting by himself. I don't know what Regen Blue's doing over here. Diablo doing a lot of stalling, not taking a whole lot of damage. Boss is about to die. Oh god, Mongoose goes down. Uther's taking a lot of damage. Larson just walks into the Hellgate and already took a million damage. Jason's going to go down. And Murky gets there late. He's going to get exploded, and that's going to make the game. Poor Uther respawns from Redemption, but in a 5v1, there's just nothing that can be done. So, real quick, let's make sure no murky miracles happen. It does not. Arrogant Nephalem win game 1 on essentially 2 very good engages in the late game. So, let's really quick go ahead and take one more look at this boss fight. Oh, not there yet. Alright. So, Jason's over here, Ostiel and Larson over here. Diablo steps up, Segatai's looking to anchor. They don't really want to engage. Jason's leaving. It looks like they just don't know what they want to be doing. Or maybe he was thinking about firing off a plant cracker. Regardless, nothing happened. Kime actually took a ton of damage from tanking boss here and gets the boss done. All 4 of them are here. A bold play might have been to just run past and try and delete Kime before they really had a chance to get anything else done here. Because while Lightning Breath is annoying, right now it's just tickling them. Instead, they just keep walking up. They're not actually doing anything. They're not doing damage except for Jason on Phoenix. And they're not in a good position to take boss right now. Because the boss still has a little ways to go. It's not one hit. Mongoose eats the living bomb. Larson eats some damage. Phoenix gets a lot of damage on him and the living bomb. Mongoose gets hit by last rites. Kime's healed up. Cocoon happens on Dabble after Lightning Breath, which is a classic case of too little, too late. As soon as Mongoose goes down, Divine Shield does get popped, and Plant Cracker goes off. But without the tank, this is a hard sell. Dabble is about to break out Cocoon. Murky is a little too late gain here. And Grendel's going to get here essentially after the fight is decided. Notably, Uther almost gets this. Kime gets pushed off, and they are so close to getting the point. Segatai uses Hellgate. Larson stepping into Hellgate was a huge unforced error. Thankfully, he didn't die from it, but lost some time where he could have been doing anything else. Steel goes down, but not fast enough. Gets the 1 heal. Phoenix dies right after. And yeah. Look at how low everyone is at this point, but it's just too late. Well, Arrogant Nephalem takes it, but a really good match. A lot of solid, clean play all around, and a lot of... One thing I like to note whenever I watch an Arrogant Nephalem game is just how good their macro game is. And Regen Blue actually did a really good job of matching that. And it wasn't just because of the Murky. They just had good timings overall. Alright. That's it for me. Have a good evening.